I'm Paul Pasek, and you're watching Viewer Questions, Volume 28. Welcome to the no co-host Thanksgiving Turkey Bailout Edition of Viewer Questions. Again, I'm Paul Pasek. I've selected out a few questions we received during the month of October, and let's get right to it. Question number 1 comes from Aitor. He says, I'm interested in the armrest for the 2009 Honda Fit. I understand it's not for a manual transmission. Please tell me a little bit more about that. Does it actually fit the car but is not recommended for some reason? I've read at fitfreak.net that people have installed on manual transmissions with no problems, but I wanted to hear it from you guys. Thank you in advance. What I can tell you is that the dealer parts catalog and the accessory bulletin that Honda released to dealers both indicate that the armrest can be installed in both automatic and manual transmission models. They did not put anywhere that it does not fit the manual transmission. I did notice on Honda's website it does say that it's not for the manual transmission model, but we have sold this product for manual transmissions and people have installed it in manual transmission cars and it does work fine. In the past, with a few of the installable armrests for the driver's side, Honda's indicated it's not for the manual transmission because it may interfere with your shifting, and that may be why they have it listed on their site that way as well. But what I can tell you is from the information we have from Honda and from customer information of people that have installed it, they say it works just fine. Our next question comes from Greg, and Greg is asking, regarding to your battery-powered HomeLink upgrade for the Accord, what's the difference between the Navi and non-Navi versions? We've had this question actually asked a couple of times, and the reason why is because there is a price difference from the non-Navi to the Navi version. And basically the difference between those two units is that there are extra slots in the main housing of that HomeLink unit that it helps accommodate for the microphones for the active noise control and the microphone for your Navi system. And that's the whole difference between those two systems. Granted, there is a price difference, but you definitely want to get the one for the Navi unit if you have a navigation system in your vehicle. Our next question comes from Anthony, and Anthony is asking, hey, I'm from 8th Civic, and I just want to know how many sets of Mugen GP wheels you have left in stock. I'm saving up money to place an order, and I do understand once these wheels sell out, they will be no more. Anthony, I wouldn't worry too much. Last I checked with Honda, they had plenty of inventory of the Mugen GPs in stock. In fact, they have so many in stock that we've been ordering them in on an order-by-order basis, and we usually get them in about 2 to 3 days to ship out to our customers. If anything changes, however, or inventory levels drop significantly, we'll definitely put information up on our website, or we'll actually post on 8th Civic to let you guys know ahead of time. But thanks for the question. Our next question comes from Speedy Sal, and he is asking, I have a 2008 Civic Si sedan, and I like the bumper on the 09 better, but I like my 08 grille better. Is there any plans on fitting an 09 bumper on an 08 car with an 08 grille? Actually, we've had a lot of questions on flopping an 09 front end onto a 08 or earlier Civic, and to be completely honest, we haven't really checked too deep into it. I've looked into some of the parts and how much they cost and how many parts are required, but until we actually perform a swap on our own, I can't really tell you what's going to work and what is not going to work. But due to the size of the bumper, we usually don't ship bumpers because they come from Honda not in boxes, but rather they're wrapped up and put in a plastic sleeve. So they're not really safe to ship without getting damaged. So we really don't have any plans on actually trying this conversion out to see if it works correctly or not. But things can change and we may find some spare time to do that. If we do, we'll definitely have a video of it so you can judge for yourself and figure out if that grill will flop as well. So for right now, I'm going to have to pass on that one, but we'll check it out at a later date possibly. Next question comes from Matthew, and Matthew is asking, your video clips are very helpful, but when I went to install my hood deflector on my 08 Civic, the video for the installation was gone and it hasn't been replaced yet. Please help. It was very helpful. Well, Matthew, the hardware for that hood protector has recently changed. So the installation video that we did some time back actually no longer applies due to the new hardware. So until we do a new video with the new hardware setup, you can still view the old video. However, you'll have to go into our archives on either DIYHonda.com or collegehillshonda.com. But we hope to get a new video up with the new hardware sometime soon. Okay, so Fritz is asking, I viewed one of your videos on YouTube.com regarding upgrading a Ridgeline with HomeLink with a special battery-powered add-on. I have a 2007 Ridgeline without HomeLink. I've checked your site and I can't find this item or upgrade set. Do you still offer it? If so, what is the cost? And if not, did you know of any other options that I have to add HomeLink? Well, Fritz, unfortunately, the parts required to build this battery-powered upgrade are currently on a controlled back order, and they have been for well over a year already. So basically what that means is we can't get the parts to supply this particular upgrade. So until Honda changes that back order status, we're not going to have it available. However, if you want another option for HomeLink, may I suggest doing a search on Google. I know there are a couple companies out there that make actually a garage door opener like system that has several buttons in it that you can use as a HomeLink replacement that will mount on your visor. But other than that, until those parts are available again, we won't be able to sell the product. But keep checking back. Okay, our next question comes from Scott. And Scott is asking, I'm interested in the OEM remote start for the 2009 Pilot. I noticed you do not have that accessory listed for any other of the Honda models. Is it being discontinued? Well, Scott, the product's actually not being discontinued. But to be completely honest, we've had quite a few customers that are not too keen on the system. The major complaints are the long installation times, the need to have it programmed by a dealer by a HDS tablet, and also the need to actually have the vehicle shut off before you can get in it instead of the vehicle staying running. Those have been the three major complaints. So for right now, until there's maybe a design change on the system, we decided to pull it from the website. However, if you still would like to order it, we can still supply it. You just have to order it by phone. Our next question comes from Fred, and Fred's simply asking, when do you anticipate to have 2009 TSX floor mats available on HondaFloorMats.com? Well, the great news is the site just recently got a facelift, and we have all the most recent products listed, and we've easily doubled the amount of pictures on the site. So it makes it a much better shopping experience. So stop out, take a look. We have all the Honda, all the Acura floor mats up available for sale there. Kurt's asking about the 2009 Honda Fit. He's asking when and if a Bluetooth kit will be available for the car. Good news is Honda said if you can wait a couple of months, they will have an accessory Bluetooth kit available for the Fit. Looks like it's going to come out in either December or January, hopefully. And I believe it's going to be based off of a similar system to the Accord and work kind of the same way. So if you can hang on tight for just a little bit longer, one will be coming out. So stay tuned. All right, our last question comes from Michael. And Michael is asking, I have a 2007 Civic LX two-door. I'm looking at the trunk insulator upgrade for the sedan. Will the trunk lid insulator fit my vehicle, or is there one that will? Well, Michael, unfortunately, that insulator is only for the sedan, and Honda has only made that insulator for the sedan. There's nothing available for the coupe. So hopefully maybe somewhere down the road, maybe next year they make an insulator for that coupe. That way we can retro that back to some other models. But for right now, nothing available for your coupe. Well, that about does it for another viewer questions. Until I see you in December, don't let all the bailouts get you down. I'm Paul Pasek. Have a great Thanksgiving.